909 Big 550 KTRS. With lots going on, we certainly like to go to the people who are on the front lines, who are living this nightmare firsthand. We're all living it, but these guys are a little bit more closer to it. Welcome back to the studio and the show. John Zisser of Zisser Tire. John, thanks for joining us. And your wife, Christy, is that correct?
That is correct.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us. First off, how is Zisser Tire doing?
We're there.
You were vandalized the second go around, but you weren't looted per se, right? Is that
Vandalizing and looted.
Vandalizing and looted.
Correct.
Did you have much in the store there?
Well, not nearly what we had last time, but we still.
But they still came in and took
a lot of vandalism and looting,
rims and whatever else. All right, so you posted a picture, or I saw a picture of Zisser Tire on Thanksgiving, and it said J. Nixon epic fail. On your billboard outside of your store. Would you like to comment on that? Would you like to respond? Would you like to add anything to that?
I guess, what else would you call it?
Right.
And we've not heard from him. We're small business owners. We're not politicians. We
Right.
didn't ask for this.
Right.
We've had it happen twice, and upwards of $200,000 in damages between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Other businesses are burnt to the ground. Our store's been closed for a week. The mayor of Ferguson, the mayor of Delwood, to the best of our knowledge, as of this morning, have still not heard from him.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what else you would call it other than an epic fail.
Yeah. Are you going to stay there? Are you going to try and rebuild? Are you going to go somewhere else? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's really difficult. If you look in the neighborhood, there are, on the side of the street we're on, there are nine businesses. 3 are open, 3 are burnt to the ground, and the rest are closed because they've been looted or they left the neighborhood. On the other side of the street, there's 13 businesses, 6 that are open, 3 that are burnt to the ground, and I guess it's 4 that have been looted and closed. So what neighborhood do we have left?
Right. Yeah.
Hard to survive.
Yeah. No question about it. Just so I have you, you haven't heard from the governor at all? Have you heard from his staff at all?
No
Anybody
one.
reached out to you in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Yeah. What are you guys looking for? Just hey, we're sorry. We'll help you any way we can. I mean, what do you, just a arm around the shoulder? We're sorry to see what happened.
I guess when the governor of your state tells you, don't worry, your business will be protected, go home and be safe. It's like if you go to a hospital, you have a scheduled open heart surgery, the surgeon, I have a crack team, don't worry about anything. You roll into the emergency room, you know what time it's going to be, they open up your chest, and all of a sudden, the team is gone, the head of the surgery's gone, Delwood and Ferguson were left on the table bleeding. Where were you? Well, the National Guard was in St. Louis. Well, they weren't in our operating room where they said they would be.
Were you told before the decision was made and leading up to this release of this information that you would be protected? What were you told as a small business on that street leading up to this?
I think there's several newscasts where he openly said, we will not tolerate any looting and...
No. I understand that publicly, what he said. But did he ever talk to you guys? Did the mayor, what was told to the businesses going forward?
I had the local county police that patrol our area in a meeting say that they were not going to tolerate anything and that they were going to have all the manpower, and they mentioned the manpower.
Right.
And that was plus the National Guard, and they got nothing. You know, the police departments in both Ferguson and Delwood, the county and Ferguson both got thrown under the bus with no backup.
Right. Yeah, that's clearly been noted. It's clearly been talked about. That and the governor, the police chief of Ferguson, has said, and the mayor said today on the show, that the plan changed. At some point, the plan changed, and they went in a different direction. And that's a story that we're still trying to figure out what all happens. What has been the reaction of friends, colleagues, neighbors in the area? I know the last time around they did everything they could to sort of help Zisser Tire. What has been the reaction this time around? Right
now, it's too early. I mean, we just opened yesterday.
Right.
and it's really a skeleton crew. We have less employees now because some have quit.
Right.
And it's just not a good situation. You just look up and down the street, and you see what you see, and all the big business is gone. It's been burnt to the ground.
What was the business like in between the first looting and the decision that was released last week?
Down 30-40%.
So it was in trouble. It was in trouble because of all the unrest and all the protests and everything else.
Correct.
Yeah. What do you want to say? I mean, what outside of? I mean, I sort of an open-ended question, but what are you guys going through? What do you want St. Louis to know? What are we missing? What do you want us to know?
That we, along with several other businesses there, are the epitome of small business. John's dad immigrated to this country with the clothes on his back through Ellis Island. He worked hard. He was a colonel in the United States Marine Corps. He fought in World War II. He fought in the Korean War. When he retired, he and John started this from nothing. So this is earned. We are not a corporation that's going to be any help financially whatsoever.
Right.
And to add insult to the injury, where is Jay Nixon? He is supposed to be the leader, but yet there's no communication. He's just gone. I would like an explanation why he would go as an elected official, as the head of our state, to go and say, we're going to protect you, not do it, and then hide.
Mm-hmm. So you're telling me you didn't get any TIF money or any type of benefit to move there, huh?
We had
No.
no money. And then I realized he's out of touch literally, but now to have his staff or whoever put out the news blast that they have a whopping $625,000 worth of loans, that's not going to cover the dumpsters and the removal of the rubble on the street.
Right.
I mean, it was almost comical to me. That is nothing. This is like a disaster. It should be treated like Katrina. It should be treated like a flood. There's really nothing left.
It's a good point. It is somewhat of a natural and or unnatural disaster. The point is the results are the same. Joplin had a tornado that destroyed businesses. This, through no fault of your own, is a disaster that has ruined your business. Where is the state? Where is the federal help?
That's our question, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Anything else I mentioned? Anything else you want people to know?
Well, one of the things that the county and the state and the federal government could do is, tax abatements, Missouri tax credits, federal tax credits.
Right.
There's a lot of things that they can do that they would do in a federal disaster situation that we've heard absolutely nothing about. No one has come through with anything as far as any real help for the businesses.
Right. Yeah. Interesting stuff. John Zisser, Christy Zisser of Zisser Tire, right there on, what is that? Is that West Florissant and what's the other? Chambers, right there. It's really more or less the epicenter, right? Just a block up from the epicenter from the burned out Quick Trip, and just 2 or 3 blocks from that Ferguson Tire. Zisser Tire looted again during the riots this second time. Business down tremendously. You opened up yesterday, right? So you are open.
Correct.
You are open. Skeleton crew, John Zisser and Christy Zisser of Zisser Tire. Thank you very much for telling your story. I know it's painful, and I know it is not easy, but thank you for coming and telling us your story.
Thank you for being our voice and having us.
You got it. 8:19 here, Big 550.